Did you know? Foxes are one of the main predators that prey on eastern cottontails, but they also need to watch out for coyotes, raccoons, owls, hawks, snakes, and especially Delmarva sportsmen.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina.
Well, last weekend in Maryland was the second portion of the state's firearm season for white-tailed deer. But not all hunters were heading out with a rifle. Luckily, the instinct to overdress for a morning hunt in January is overruled by what feels more like a morning in September. Temps are in the 50s as we hit the woods with our buddy Steve Hallman.
It's rifle season, but us bow hunters, we don't ever try and get away from the opportunity to get out here with the bow, and it's just a little extra challenge that we put in there. But as long as you're out hunting, it doesn't matter what's in your hands. Saw a nice 8-point come through, younger 2.5-year-old deer, but we do have within the past 2 weeks a 3.5-year-old deer that's showing up. Real nice 8-point, typical 8 that he's been using this area quite a bit. So he's the one we're hoping for this morning, but we're not going to turn down a nice doe either to fill the freezer up.
After sitting for a short while, we hear the sound no deer hunter wants to hear. A few minutes later, a young doe skittishly creeps in and soon after creeps back out.
Tried to get downwind of us but couldn't, so she walked back the trail she came in on. We're completely downwind from her. I don't know if she caught us in just some wind swirling around or what.
Then we start to see more deer, but none commit to the corn.
It appears today scent is the problem. We had the yearling come in, then we had a group of probably 4 to 6 nice does get within probably about 40, 50 yards of us. They slowly turned around and walked off. Now we just had another, looks like a yearling, come right in about 20 yards, stop, and then turn and walk the other direction.
Based on trail camera footage, that is probably the last we will see of those deer this morning, so we decide to wrap it up.
We came in downwind. We used whatever scent control options we had available to us. It's hard to say. Conditions weren't great, but it's not going to stop us from getting out here and, doing what we enjoy doing. I mean, it's not always going to be perfect.
Back at it in the afternoon, and with a steadier wind, the hope is to not get busted like this morning.
The group of does we just busted, they were about probably 50 yards away from the stand. So they might have just been kind of coming through and milling around.
It's starting to seem like Steve can't catch a break today. Into the stand we go, hoping that group wasn't too spooked and will show up before last light. We get eyes on a spike buck cruising through the woods, and then a young doe sneaks in behind us and spends a good amount of time on the corn pile.
She's standing about 50 yards from us right now, walking away on the trail. We have about 10-15 more minutes of daylight here. Hopefully something will creep in here before we lose all the light. I think a big one's coming. I couldn't see the shot. We're losing a little light, but I heard a nice solid hit on her, and she definitely leaped. So I think we're gonna have good blood, and it's gonna be a nice doe.
All right, that's her deer. Not a giant doe, but definitely a nice doe that will get cleaned up and have back straps for. Overall, good hunt, I'd like to say I wish it was a bigger deer, but right at last light coming in, we had that one yearling walk off, and we actually thought it was a bigger deer coming in with that one when they turned around coming up the main trail and came in together. Last light, we weren't going to have any more opportunity at a big deer today.
While it may not have ended exactly the way Steve had hoped, heading home with a clean, ethical harvest is everything a bow hunter can hope for, especially during firearm season. Coming up next, you just oughter meet Mac and Tuck, two of Delmarva's most playful celebrities.